whether you have the right output device selected by going to this drop-down menu right here and selecting the proper computer, so you can scroll down devices on your computer that are available. And so what you'll want to do, just to confirm that your output device is outputting at all, go ahead and play a YouTube video. For example, I'm playing a YouTube video, or play a song, or play anything at all on your computer that will give you audio output. And then take a look at your devices here in this list and see if the one that you want to actually output and capture
Hello. Yeah, good morning all. We'll soon go live. Please be here only. Thank you, friends. Hello.
तुमचं कधी मॅडम मॅडम बघू मीटिंग चालू व्हायच्या कोण वाटते
Hello.
Sir, how are you? Hello, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Shivani. How are you?
Good. Good morning, sir. Good morning. I'm good. I'm
Wait
good.
for some minute. We will
Yeah.
soon go live.
Yeah.
Yes. So now please exit from laptop. It will interrupt. Can you hear me? Unmute, please. Unmute. Unmute करा ना. Just a minute. Speak something. Sir, काय
हॅलो
बोला?
हॅलो हॅलो
YouTube चालू आहे का? बंद करा YouTube. कुठे YouTube चालू आहे का? बंद करा. बोला सर.
यस सर
जस्ट मिनिट, जस्ट मिनिट. ऐकू येत नाही.
हॅलो
थोडा मोठ्याने बोला.
हॅलो
Yeah, it's okay.
ओके सर
Wait, 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 wait. We'll go live. Okay, just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, we will go live. Just wait for 2 minutes.
Diwali?
Yes, madam.
You have joined early in the morning today?
No, it's anyways 10, so yeah. We usually get up early on weekends also.
Today you must be having holiday, right?
Sorry?
Holiday today?
No, actually, I'll be going after some time. We have Saturday working.
Saturday working. Okay.
Yes, yes.
બાકી કેવું ચાલે છે બધું?
All good.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Okay. When I say you stop, है ना, तब बंद करना सर. I will first start. मैं पहले शुरू करूँगा. Okay. Then I will hand it over to you. Then you will go and back to more. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We are going live. Just a minute. Good morning, all. Friends, today on the occasion of Pharma Anveshan 2025, I welcome you all. And on behalf of HSBPVT, I request Darimbe sir to welcome you.
Okay. Good morning, esteemed guests, respected faculty members, dear participants, and all those who have joined us virtually for this prestige events. It is my absolute honor and privilege to welcome you all to the National Level Online Seminar Pharma Anveshan 2025 organized by Honorable Sri Govindrao Paspati Vichardhara Trust, Faculty of Pharmacy. So today we have celebrated National Pharmacy Education Day, a day dedicated to recognize the immense contribution of pharmacy education to healthcare and society. This year themes bridging academia and industry, aligning pharmacy education with evolving industry needs is both timely and critical. As the pharmaceutical industry continues to evolve at the rapid pace, it is imperative that our educational frameworks adapt to meet these changing demands. This seminar aims to foster a dialogue between academia and industry, ensuring that our future pharmacists are equipped with the knowledge, skill, and innovative required to the excel in this dynamic field. We are privileged to have the guidance and inspiration of Professor M.L. Shaw, widely regarded as the father of pharmacy education in India. His visionary leadership has laid the foundation of pharmacy education in our country, and his legacy continues to inspire generation of pharmacists. Today's event will feature insightful discussion, expert panels, and thoughts provoking sessions that will explore the latest trends, challenges, and opportunities in pharmacy education and practice. We are confident that this seminar will serve as a platform for meaningful collaboration and knowledge excellence. Before we proceed, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the organizers, speakers, and participants for making this event possible. Your commitment and advancing pharmacy education are truly commendable. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you. Let us make the most of this opportunity to learn, share, and grow together. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to request today's speaker, Dr. Shivani Desai. So we have with us today Dr. Shivani Desai is a distinguished professional in the field of clinical research and pharmacovigilance, currently associated with Serum Institute of India Private Limited in Pune. With a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences, she has extensive experience in clinical research, particularly in vaccine development and diabetes therapies. Dr. Desai has contributed significantly to various clinical and preclinical projects, including studies on the HPV vaccines, stem cell applications, and type 1 diabetes. Her work has been recognized with numerous awards, including Young Researcher Award 2024 and the prestigious AICTE University Award 21-22. Dr. Desai is also an accomplished academician, having served as an assistant professor at Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Research, where she has guided postgraduate students and conducted research on diabetes and related fields. Her expertise spans clinical pharmacy, pharmacology, and human anatomy, making a valuable contributor to both academia and industry. With this, I warmly welcome Dr. Shivani Desai, and also, ma'am, you can begin the session.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much, madam and sir, and the organizers for this opportunity. Thanks a lot. So, ma'am, can I start the session?
Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Okay, okay. I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
it's visible. Just a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so once again, thanks a lot for this opportunity, and it is always a pleasure to cater to the esteemed teachers like Nikun sir and Sonal madam, and of course to be a part of this Pharma Anveshan. It is really a big opportunity for me. Thank you so much. So today, in this world, we really are lacking behind in bridging the academia and industry. So this is a problem worldwide and in our country as well. So there are a lot of academic institutes coming up, esteemed institutes coming up in our country, but and even they are training a lot of students. But industry also has this, this need of new members to join their companies. So both the sides, demand and supply is there. So supply of the students who are trained, well trained, and everything. Even the technically sound students are there. Esteemed institutes coming up in our country. But industry is also in need of hiring, and they are always in a crunch. So they look forward for the students, but new hires, new recruits, but they are not able to find a good match. So here is a very big gap which we see because supply is there, demand is there, but there is no bridging properly done. So especially in our country, we can talk about it today. So this full Pharma Anveshan is the topic covers the topic of bridging academia and industry, especially aligning the pharmacy education. So we'll talk about the pharma sector, the pharmaceutical companies, their needs, and the pharmacy institutes, which needs to inculcate some of the skills or some of the points which we will be discussing here, like how to bridge this gap. My next slide is available.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. So today we will be in this talk. I'll be bifurcating the topics into three subcategories. That is what the students absorb. That is what the students actually expect and what is there in their minds. Where is the gap between the industry and academia, and how to bridge the gap between the academia and industry. So before going to this, first what the students absorb or what they think. First, I'd like to give you some background about the Indian pharmaceutical sector. So India is amongst the pharmaceutical leaders that we all know for many years, and now with the growing economy, we are further growing ahead in the pharmaceutical sectors also. So we are the pharmaceutical leaders because we are committed to innovation and new research based methods, right? So in our country there are a lot of new drugs, new vaccines discovered, and the work is going on, the research is going on, the committed staff members are there, committed scientists are there, because of which the innovations are coming up. And of course the people who are working in the sector are also doing their best so that the country has the best pharmaceutical sector in the world. Plus, along with the innovation and research, the sale value and the growing shares of pharmaceuticals is also very good in when it comes to India. And of course, there is developing and sharing new research which is significantly affecting the pharmacy market worldwide. So here, like whatever research we are conducting or whatever development of the drugs, vaccines, or diagnostics also, what we are doing, they are actually contributing to the world also, right? So because of all these reasons, India is becoming the pharmaceutical leader, and it is anticipated that it will reach around 130 billion US dollars by 2030. The market will be reaching this value. Indian market, Indian pharmaceutical market. Okay. In the current situation also, like today in 2025, India is providing 60% of the world's vaccines and 20% of the world's generic drugs. So this you can see the number, like 20% amongst the whole world and 60% amongst the whole world. So it is a big chunk of vaccines and generic drugs which Indian pharmaceutical companies are manufacturing and exporting, right? So in spite of all these, there is a gap, right? So if we bridge this gap, just imagine this 60% and this 20%, where it will go, or this 130 billion USDs, where it will go, right? So now coming to the main topic, what the students absorb. This means what are the expectations from the students and what do they think, but it is not the reality. First, we always think as a student, we always think that degree is sufficient to get a job, right? So when we are in the college, we are taught that even our family members will tell us, the teachers, everybody will tell us that you get the degree and you will get a job, and we also expect the same thing as student, I'm saying. But it is not the truth, right? Only degree will not give you a job. There are other things also which we will learn later in this presentation, which we have to inculcate in ourselves, which the students have to inculcate, even the faculty have to inculcate, right? So just a degree is not sufficient to get a job. Of course, degree is very important because without degree, nobody will ask you to submit your resume also. But just the degree is not enough. Then sometimes then students set up unrealistic expectations in terms of salary, timing, and mobility. Salary is self-explanatory. I mean, uh, as freshers, we always expect that the salary should be this much. We always look up to the senior most people in the companies, like how much they are getting. So, that unrealistic expectations are there. Second is about timing. So if my job timing is 9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., it is not compulsory that I have to leave at 5 p.m. Sometimes in the initial days of our career, we have to actually extend the work hours. Extending the work hours does not mean that you are not capable. The students are not capable of completing the task in time. Of course, at certain level, when you reach after that, it is expected that you complete your work in that 9 to 5 slot. But as freshers, it is okay to extend the time, and we have to extend the timings to complete our task, because when the initial days are going for the fresher, along with proving their talent, along with giving whatever they are expected to give, they are also are supposed to learn new things. So it will take some time. Okay, the students should not take this timing as, it should not restrict them. Yes, 9 a.m. reporting reported, but 5 p.m. it is not necessary. So have some flexibility about this. Okay, because I have seen, like, when people come to join my department, they sometimes they have such expectations that, a five matlab five. So that thing should not be there. Okay, we ourselves also, like, when it was my first job, I was extending my hours because PhD was going on side by side. Plus, I have to learn new things. So, five is not five. And the last is mobility. This is also a very important point. The students have this expectation that if I'm staying in Pune, I should get a job in Pune, but it is not always possible. Of course, if you get a job in Pune, if you are in the city where you want, it is great. But you should be open, you should be flexible to relocate. Okay? So these three things, there are other things also, but these three things are the most commonly seen unrealistic expectations, right? And knowledge earned from a degree is sufficient to survive in the corporate world. This is also one of the myth. So knowledge which we gain from the degree, that is all the technical knowledge which we get. That technical knowledge we will be utilizing in our day-to-day tasks, right? But that much is not enough to survive in the corporate world. So what other skills are needed, that also we will discuss. Now, where is the gap? Gap is here. Students' expectations and industry expectations. What the students are expecting, I just told you, and what industry is expecting. It is opposite. It will not match. It is not matching right now. Then the knowledge and skill set which students have already, they have because of the degree or because of the school, colleges, all that knowledge and skill sets are somewhere lacking behind when it comes to industry expectations. Okay? So now, what are the factors which contribute to this gap? So why this gap is there? Why there is a gap between students' expectations and industry expectations, and why, especially, what is the gap between knowledge and skill sets gained by the students and what the industry expects? So we'll be discussing in next two slides. We'll be discussing what are the factors which are contributing to this gap. First is the lack of industry academia collaboration. So nowadays, I was also working in academics before joining Serum Institute. So I have 10 years of academic experience. So there I have realized over 10 years, like when I started my job as an academician, it was like, this industry academia collaboration was not very taken it very seriously. It was taken seriously in some of the premium institutes, but later, when, like, the later years of my career as an academician, I have seen that how important the colleges are taking this point as. So industry academia collaboration, lot of institutes have already taken this as a very serious point. But I really request all the other institutes also and other faculty as well as students also to go ahead for this industry academia collaboration. Because the reason being, in our traditional education system, the more emphasis is given on theoretical information. Okay, we have practicals, yes, we have 3 hours of practicals every day. But those practicals are also the part of theoretical information only. Okay, whatever we are learning, we are making it at a lab level. But if you collaborate, if the academic institutes collaborate with industries, in that case, we will be able to know that how the work actually happens in industry. So this thing I got to learn as a faculty member when I was with Divapar. Okay, so there, of course, I was all into. I had this theoretical knowledge about research and, pathophysiology, the mechanisms, etc., on paper. I was working on a vaccine, but when I collaborated with Serum Institute that time I understood that actually what company wants, right? So when this industry academia collaboration is there on paper, I'm really not very comfortable saying this, but it is there on paper. But how much the institute is involving, or the faculty or the students are getting involved in this collaboration, is really important. Yes, there are certain institutes which are into this, So I request all the institutes doing this, right? Now next is study curriculum. So again, here also I have seen a transition, like the what study curriculum I had when I was a student, then when I joined as an academician, and then in the later part of my academic career, and now also because now also I am associated with the college, just on the terms of giving some inputs in the curriculum setup and all. So study curriculum, revising the syllabus is very important. Every year, we need to revise the syllabus as per the industry needs. Industry needs comes from the market need, right? So whatever the need of the market is there, industry will take it up, because they have to earn the profits. So they will take it up. But academic institutes should also take that up into their curriculum, right? I'm not saying that learning the anatomy, physiology, pathophysiology, chemistry, medicinal chemistry, microbiology, biotechnology, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, all these things are important because these are the basic skill sets which we have to know, which the technical basics we have to know, right? But apart from this, once we get that knowledge, apart from this, then we have to see that, for example, pharmaceutics. I'm just taking an example, okay? Manufacturing. So we have to see that what theoretical knowledge which we are getting from the textbooks, from the reference books. So lab level pay, we do that. We do the experiments. We make the tablets. We do the disintegration, dissolution, practicals and all, right? But at the lab level, how it is done. So for that, exposure to the industry should be there. And exposure to industry, by this I mean the training and internships. Now the question comes that I'll be taking the points upper niche. Okay, so you just listen. I mean the points are just for the reference. So when we talk about training and internships, so there is a question that yes, industries don't are not very open to give internships. That is also true. That is also a problem. Okay. So, but the problem here is the industries will give the internship not for 1 month or 3 months. Okay. In the curriculum, minimum 6 months or 1 year of internship should be there because we cannot learn everything or even significant things in a month or 3 months. Here is a gap because last time one student approached me from outside that she needs an internship in my company. So when I approached my officials, they said that see, 3 months internship we cannot give. If the student is ready for 1 year, we are open, but 1 year students will not give, right? Because they have to work for, I mean, take up the internship and payments and stipends and all, they may not get, right? So here again, some flexibility from the industry, some flexibility from the academics, from some flexibility from the curriculum, and some flexibility from the students is very much important here, right? So this will give exposure, industrial exposure, because if you stay in that company for a year or 6 months or a year, you will be able to understand as a student like how the company works and what all skill sets are required, and then you will be trained accordingly, right? So this thing is really important. And the next point is entrepreneurship. That is the entrepreneurial culture within the institution. So a lot of institutions, I mean, almost I think all the institutions have come up with startup incubation cells, right? Innovation incubation cell, where they take up the ideas from the students, and if the ideas are really good, they will give them the mentor, and the student and the mentors as a team, they will be going ahead with that project. But what happens to that project? The project we do, and the teachers, the faculty, the mentor will guide the student. I was also a part of startup and innovation cell in my previous job. So what the problem is, we do the project, but then what happens? It stays in the college, right? So the students have to make sure that their projects should be, of course, technically sound, as well as they have to take up such projects which are the need of the hour, which the industries would like to invest in, right? Then they can approach to the industries and get the investments from the industries also and take it up at a higher level. Because in industries also, it may be a drug industry or vaccine or diagnostic, anything. They also need new ideas. They also need new people. They also need new projects, right? So it is a very good opportunity because now currently what is happening, the industries are taking up such projects and such ideas. They are doing the tech transfers with the universities or with the colleges. But unfortunately, not many Indian colleges are involved in this. They go to the other universities. Like, I would not take the names here, but like high-end universities outside the country, So why not in India? In India, this is happening, but not with many. I have known only two institutes till now. So why not us? Why not my college? You should think like that. So if you have that project and if you approach the companies which involves the need of the company, so if you are giving them what they want, they will take it up, right? Even the cost, it will be cost effective for the company also, and the money will be in the family. That is, the money from the company is going to the money to the institute or the student, which is Indian, right? So these things need to be taken care of. So we have already discussed this. Yeah. Now one more problem is there. There is a gap between industry and academia because both industry as well as the academia operates on different pedestals. Means they have different purpose and different ideologies. For example, I'll just give one example. So because when I was going through the references, I saw many points wherein they have shown the difference between the purpose and the ideologies between academia and industry. So one important takeaway I got from that reference, the purpose of academic institutions is to make the students skill based, technically sound, right, and to educate them about the subjects, which is very important, which is the basics. But what they need to do further is you have to bridge. I mean, you have to make the projects in such a way, especially with PG projects or even at a UG level. We can make the projects in such a way that it can give the output to the at the industry level. So because industry's purpose is to make the product and gain the profit out of it. How they will get the profit? They have to sell that product, right? Drugs, vaccines, diagnostics. So they have to sell the product. So why they will be selling the product? Because it will be the need of the people. अगर ये if for example one disease is, suppose cancer, right? Cancer is like spreading now as diabetes. Initially, diabetes was like, it was a very common problem, type 2 diabetes. Now, cancer is also becoming like that. Every other person I'm meeting, they have some history or somebody in the family suffering from cancer. So, here you can see, you can tap that now what is which is the disease which is, which needs a lot of research because the drugs which we have for diabetes, number of drugs, of course, compared to that, the number of drugs available or the treatment available for cancer is comparatively less. Right? So I'm just giving an example. You can focus on any diseases. So that is one point. Second point, you also have to see the market, as in what is the need. Like for example, a lot of people, a lot of companies are working on diabetes, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, cardiac disorders, even heart attacks. All these medicines are coming into the market. Many new medicines are coming up, but then you can tap such a disease which has not been worked upon so much. जिस disease पे बहुत ज़्यादा काम नहीं हुआ है, you can tap that also. Even though let it be a rare disease, it is okay. You may not have a big market, but if your drug is the only drug for that particular rare disease, that will give you the benefit. So this message is for the students, right? So you have to take that thing up. So you have to understand that what industry needs. So here is the purpose. As a student, my purpose is to gain knowledge. But as an industry person, my purpose is to cater to the world. And from that gain the profit. So why not bridge it? Right? So these are the factors which are contributing. Now, the important part, how to bridge this gap. Now, before going to that, this is the thing which we have discussed, but I would like to bring this in notice again. Education sector in India is witnessing the major growth in the years to come. Already a lot of good premium institutes have come up, right? When we say that a lot of institutions are coming up, it does not mean that the institutions are not good. Lot of good institutions I'm talking. All the institutions which are coming up, 90% of them are really, really good, right? May it be a small institute, it does not matter. The size of the institution does not matter. The quality of the teachers which they are hiring, the quality of the knowledge which they are giving, that is important. And these all the new as well as old institutions are really giving a lot of good knowledge through their well-trained faculty members. So a lot of the industry sector is like really, sorry, the education sector is like really, really growing in our country. Along with it, India's economy is expected to grow at a faster pace. We have seen in past 5 years how the economy is growing, but it is still expected to grow, right? Because we are already there. So now it is just a leap up. Then there is rapid industrialization, which is going on right now, and there is we can say that it is projected that there will be requirement of about 250 million workforce by 2030. That is just 5 years down the line. So we, as the students right now, they can be amongst this workforce, right? And India can potentially emerge as a global supplier of skilled manpower. So just not recruiting the Indian students in Indian companies or working in India, it is also expected that India can potentially be giving the students, the Indian universities will be giving the students to the other countries as well. So, all in spite of all these points, all these positive points in the green, still like there is a major segment of graduates who are passing out, freshers, they are not getting the good jobs. So it does not mean that we don't have the people, we don't have the people to hire, but we don't have employable people to hire. So there is a difference, right? If I'm not skilled, nobody is going to hire me. Skilled technically as well as what the industry needs, right? So to get, so where are we going wrong? So here we have seen that we already have so much of manpower, so many of freshers coming out every year. But why industry is still seeking for employable people? So where we are going wrong and what can be done to tackle this challenge? So for that we need to partnership between industry and the colleges. Now, first of all, we can align the curriculum with industry requirement. So if we have, so whatever industry is needing, like for example, in manufacturing. So manufacturing, if we say it comes down to pharmaceutics. Okay, of course, other things are also other subjects are also important, but I'm just giving an example. So if it is manufacturing, so in the college we are taught that we are teaching that this is the mechanism, this is the workflow, you have to add this, you have to add that, and then we do also, we make the students do in the lab. But when it comes to industry, how big scale they need. So in fact, when I talk about myself, when I saw the manufacturing plant first time, I was like, oh, itne bare machines hote hain. So this happens, which is not wrong. Even in, for example, in case of pharmacology, when we do pharmacology in our college days, in the students are taught to use the tissues and the or from the rats or mice, right? But when actually in the toxicology labs, what animals they have, I saw guinea pig when I visited a toxicology just 3 years back in like 15 years of my career, right? So this is very important. So what is, even if you want to become a pharmacologist also, then also you have to the curriculum should be designed to cater the students who can actually make them see the real toxicology lab, how they have, what are the animals which can be studied upon, because when it comes to testing of drugs and vaccines, not mice and mats, sorry, right? Mice and rats are used. Along with that, lot of other animals are also used. But lot of students, they don't have exposure to the other animals like rabbits, guinea pigs, monkeys, dogs, horses, right? So this exposure is also needed. So when we talk about industry academia collaboration, I'm just not talking about manufacturing units, okay? Because manufacturing is one part of pharma sector. Apart from that, quality control, quality assurance, QA, QC, what we talk about, pharmacology, because without pharmacology, the research cannot happen, right? So in all these sectors, the collaboration should be really strong, and we have to align the curriculum according to the requirements. Then we have to emphasize on the skill based education. So when I talk about educating the students, we are doing it as an institute. We are actually educating the students in a very well mannered, because the faculties are so much trained and they percolate all the technical knowledge to the students. So technically, the students are sound. They know what is the mechanism of this drug, how it will react in the body, everything. But is that enough? So it is not enough, right? So Apart from that, we also have to inculcate creative thinking. Like we can give them some case studies to solve in all the subjects, just not one or two. Like in all the subjects, it is possible. We can give them some real time case study to solve. So their creative thinking will develop. Then high level of problem solving, again the same case study based we can give. Then interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills means how they are. So when we ask, we can make a group. In my college, I had one subject where we were actually given a case study in my graduation college. We were actually given a case study, and we were five. The teacher used to make a group of five people, and then every student has to present that case. Okay. So there, of course, the technical knowledge is required to solve the case, but how I am presenting, that also the teacher used to give the marks for, right? So here also interpersonal skills can be developed. Then innovation, because new innovations, new research is needed, so we can guide the students to make them innovative in their thinking. Decision making, that is also very important. So when the freshers, of course, as a fresher we won't be needing this skill, because decision making is something what will come after a level. But when you reach that level, when you become manager, senior manager, general manager, right, in the companies or whatever, I'm scientist, like high level scientists and all. So when you get there, you should be able to make the decision to give the go no go, right? So this is also something which we have to inculcate right now. Then communications, team spirit, all these things, right? So apart from the technical knowledge, we have to give the knowledge or the skills about the other skill sets also. So basically, I want to say that we have to shift the theoretical knowledge to skill based education. Right? Then the next is exposure, sorry, workplace exposure through internships, life projects, and corporate interactions. This I already told you. About internships, we have already discussed. It should be a long term internship. So here also, the teachers will make the students get the internship. The industry will also give them the internship. But as a student, you have to be flexible that yes, minimum 6 months is required. If you ask for 1 month, 3 months, it is not possible. I mean, of course, companies will be giving it, but I don't think many of the companies will be giving 1 month or 3 months internships. Then now coming to one point about the faculty also, because this as a faculty I also experienced this, that when I was upgraded, when I used to go for trainings as a faculty member. So these trainings were with the industries or with the labs. So when I get trained, I can give that to my students. So this is also one very important thing. And I have seen, actually, I have discussed this with Sonal Madam, Dr. Sonal Solanki last time over the call. I really appreciate that because she is my teacher. Okay. And she was telling me that, we should do something together. I mean, she has taught me in my graduation. So coming from her, a senior person like her, it is like really a very good example for all the other faculty members also. That learning is never ending process. Nikun sir also, like sir and madam, last time also I had a discussion with them over the call. So I can feel I am like so junior to them because I was their student. They are still my teachers. So at this level also, if they can say that, this is something what we want to learn, so then it is a very good example for the young faculty members who are just now joining. So just because we are faculty does not mean we know everything, right? So in my 15 years of academic journey, in the 15th year also, I used to teach anatomy, physiology, pathophysiology, and pharmacology and clinical pharmacy, right, to different groups of students. But even after so many years, I had to study before going to the lecture. Even if the same lecture is there, same everything is same, still I had to study. So training up ourselves is not something that it can be ended, right? It is a continuous process. Okay. Then these are some, I won't go into details because these are self-explanatory points, what we have to do as faculty, as students, as academic institutions, and as industries. So industry, when I'm talking about this, that students should do this, faculty should do this, academic institution should do this, industry should also be open, right? So to take the interns, to give the knowledge, to share the knowledge. Of course, there are some IP issues, but then apart from that, whatever we can, we should the industry should also share. So yeah, these are some of the self-explanatory things which we need to do, like build student motivation. That is very it's a soft skill. Academic research, we should give motivation to the students to do some different research. Like I have seen that people take one disease, 14 drugs, and then they will just do the thesis, complete it, and finished. No, this is something really we are wasting the institution's money in this. So if you are doing some research as a PG student or as a UG student also, if you are doing some research, it should give some output because you are using the institution's money to do that research, right? Then industry experience teachers, yeah, this is something what the institutions can do, the colleges can do. They can hire or I'm not saying about hiring also, you can make them consultants. You can take the help of industry experienced teachers and professors. So maybe if some teachers or if some industry person or the at a higher level, if they want to quit their job and come into academics, which is happening nowadays. So it was not very common previously, but now it is happening. So colleges are actually hiring such people who are leaving the industries. Okay. And the other thing what we can do here is we can actually ask the industry person, the institute can ask the industry person to come to their college at least once a week and train their students, right? So all these possibilities are there, it can be worked out. So industry experienced teachers and professors is something very meaningful what we can do, and it can be very fruitful also. Then collaborative projects, guest lectures. So when the industry person comes for a guest lecture or for the workshop or for the conference, they can actually talk about their company, and they can actually talk about what is required by them. That this kind of communications will start getting opened up. Then incubation center, industrial training, industry advisory boards. So all these things are something which we have already discussed. Strong alumni network. So I've seen that some of the colleges they have really a very good strong alumni network. So recently I did my post graduation from NMIMS. So there I recently had a word with them. They have started a program wherein the alumni like us, like who are already passed out from the colleges and who are working in different sectors right now, they will tell them their ex students to guide at least one or two their current students. Guide as in they don't need the technical guidance, they know everything. Guidance in terms of industrial sector. So this is something which is really important. We can make certain programs, and as alumni, we are always proud to go back to our colleges, right, and train the new students coming up. So this is something which we can think about. All the institutes can think about. Campus placements, and yeah, but another important point is emphasize experiential education. So there is a very this is a very common saying. It is remarked by Benjamin Franklin: tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I will learn, right? So if you're telling me something, it is okay, I may forget it. If you're teaching me as a proper class, I'll be remembering it. Okay, sir ne ye bola tha, madam ne ye bola tha. But if we are involving the students, they will learn it. So this is really important. So we can give emphasis on experiential education. So these are the benefits of academia collaboration, industry academia collaboration. Research capabilities will improve, skill development of the students will be there, entrepreneurships, more and more startups will be coming up. So that's it. It would be like really great to see the employees and academicians working together to create and develop machine. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Shivani, it's actually a nice session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Just
you, Dr. Shivani Desai. It is always a moment of pride and pleasure to watch Shivani, who is our dear student, come and deliver her sessions and work equally hard in her career. And she has discussed certain skill sets for students like flexibility, mobility, interpersonal skills, creative thinking, and also she has highlighted the importance of student internships and also how industry should also work towards helping students in accommodating them for internships also. So also, startups and innovations have an important role for students who should think about the getting innovative ideas pitched to the industries, who can invest in them, and also the importance of technology transfer to the institutions which are active by the industry, which are actually active by the industry institute interaction of academia collaboration. So I hope from both students and faculties can take a lot of insights from today's lecture. And all in all, I thank Dr. Shivani Desai on behalf of Principal and Management of our college, Honorable Sri Bhavan Rao, Participating Vidyarthi Group of Institutions, Faculty of Pharmacy. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for the precious words of wisdom and valuable time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now we move on to our next session. Over to you, Dr. Islam. Good morning, everyone.
Ashwini ma'am, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yes, sir. Good morning.
I request Raikar madam to introduce Ashwani Patil ma'am.
Very good morning, ma'am. I heartily welcome our today's speaker for this national seminar, Dr. Ashwani Patil. First of all, I would like to introduce Dr. Patil, ma'am. Dr. Ashwani Patil is currently serving as an assistant professor at the Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research in Pune, India. With an extensive academic background, he holds a PhD in pharmacology from the prestigious Institute of Chemical Technology, ICT, Mumbai, and completed her master's degree at R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research in Singapore. Her research is focused on several key areas of public health, including neurodegenerative diseases, cancer, and cardiovascular disorders. Dr. Patil's dedication to advancing scientific knowledge in these areas is evident in her scientific contributions to the field. During her doctoral studies, he was honored with distinguished DAE RCP Fellowship, which further highlights the excellence of her research. Dr. Patil has authored numerous research papers and reviews which have been published in highly reputed international journals. He has made considerable strides in disseminating her research, delivering oral presentations at over 5 international conferences. Notably, in 2021, she had the privilege of presenting her doctoral research at the Society for Neuroscience Conference in California, USA, where she showcased her expertise at a global audience. In addition to her conference presentation, Dr. Patil has demonstrated exceptional academic performance, recently securing first place in poster presentation at an international conference on topic. This achievement adds to her growing reputation in the scientific community. Furthermore, Dr. Patil has been elected to attend the International Brain Research Organization training schools on two separate occasions, reinforcing her commitment to expanding her knowledge and furthering her professional development in the field of neuropharmacology. These opportunities allow her to engage with top-tier researchers and continue advancing in her field of expertise. Now, our today's speaker, Dr. Ashwani Patil, is going to give seminar on topic innovation through collaboration, academia and industry unite. So I would like to request, so please and proceed for the seminar.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the kind introduction. So I'll share my presentation. Is this visible?
Go ahead.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, yeah. So, good morning, all of you, all the participants, all the esteemed faculty members who have joined. Way lecture or kind of a thing. I want it to be a bit interactive, and students, if you have ask at the end of the presentation. So, as Shivani ma'am has discussed majority of the points, so I'll just take the important things which I feel as a student they should know. So, starting with the presentation. So, the title of the presentation is Bridging Academia Industry, Aligning Pharmacy Education with Evolving Industry Needs, Addressing the Future of Pharmacy. In this theme, we should understand what is the importance in pharmacy industries or what industry needs from academia. So moving towards the presentations. So basically, if we talk about the gap, so what we are talking about the gap which the industry and academia has. So what is this gap basically? So everything, whatever we want to give it to the industry is the research, innovation. So as we all know, basic applied and basic research. So I would like to point out here is like many of them in colleges, the master students they have their theses and dissertations. The projects which are given to them from the majority of cases I've seen that the projects which are given are like probably the same thing which the seniors have performed, or in the same sense they do the experimentations. So here the thing is ki, whenever you are planning a research, so that should be for. So first thing here is the thing which I want to mention, the selection criteria for a project should be depending on demand and supply and of new product and market study. So what the studied first. So whenever we say that what project or what thesis I should write for, or what students. So this I whatever I'll say is only for the sake of students. I wish. So the students should first of all, before starting their research work, they should first of all do the survey of market. Like what is the requirement in the market, and first of all you decide what you want to do. In first of all selecting from the subject, which subject you are interested in. Say for example, chemistry or sutics in formulation. So first of all, try to find out what is the gap existing or lying in the. So take a big time for this, and once you find the gap, then start doing on working on that. Then you will be able to plan your mentors or guides, and by doing this what will be the benefit is whatever the lackings are there in the market, you will be able to give a solution to the market. And industries are very keenly observing the innovations which are happening in the academics. So as you will see, the industry which work for any formulation or for any drug, it takes around to come in the market. But when we say work on repurposing. So we never go for new drug investigations or launching. So we work hot topic, repurposing of drugs for different diseases. So that way you all can think of, and your ideas are all okay. So this is about you should be aware of. So next is evolving landscape of the pharmaceutical industry. So the global trend. So technical advancements in drug discovery. Artificial intelligence is everywhere now. So again, there are some confusions among the students that will if AI comes, then it will take our jobs. So it is not like that. So the person who knows how to use the AI can replace you. So you should know what things are required by the industry. Okay, so for this, such seminars, conferences, guest sessions will not help. You all have to, we can give you the updates, knowledge, what can be done, but along with this, in person you should be able to find what is act with them. Okay, and industry people, so try to interact. Many a times we have observed students that they are very conservative and feel conservative, and they do not open up in front of big personalities. It's not like that. They always welcome students like you to discuss with them, discuss your ideas with them. Okay, then next is this. So nowadays it has been very is nowadays customization is everywhere. So this is the new trend where you all can focus on that, not using or the synthetic products. As you all know, they have many side effects with them. So nowadays the biologics and biosimilars is a vast area where you all can think for doing your research, which will help the industries as well. So it will, then regulatory complexities and in your labs. Okay, so this question comes in our mind that the research which we do in our lab is not accepted by the industries. Okay, because the industry which they want is like they are GLPs, GMP manufacturing practices they follow, but in academia we don't have all those facilities, right? So if you go to national institutes or you will find that there are a lot of what we can say chemicals, using from chemicals, instrumentations, and it's in huge amount where the students are able to do. Okay, but in private institution this is the problem with funding. So this is the thing where we should think the government should private institutes as well. Okay, so the big, which is already big, the government is helping them to get more big, we can say. So they should think of the private institute. And also the thing is the regulatory regulations, the regulatory complexities are there. Okay, so we should at least try to minimize the errors. And it's not like that the work which you are doing in your lab is not acceptable by the industries. So there are many industries which ask for the data which you have done or which you have conducted in your lab, and they help you to increase or improve the accuracy of your work. Okay, the next thing is industry needs. So highly skilled workforce in trial is needed. So what they need is they need highly skilled personalities or in to work in drug development, regulatory affairs, and clinical trials. Again, one more thing I just want to trained before. Okay, so whenever you're applying for a job, just think of what are the responsibilities for that specific role is are mentioned. Okay, and there are many tools which are available to improve your resume. Okay, so it's not like that. You should not feel like I'm applying for this job and I don't know what is this regulatory affairs and what is to be done in this case. Okay, so at least the master students which are there, they work on different research projects and they get good platform to for understanding or learning new things. But in case of UG students, they are little I would like to say into their academics and their curriculum and all these things, so they get a less platform or exposure to these industry kind of things or what the market is doing. So so in that case, you should first of all, whenever you are in case of job or any project you want to do. So in that case you should understand what is a need, and if in case of job you should see what are the responsibilities job role are mentioned, and accordingly you should build your resume, not in terms of words. You should improve your personality and your skills as per that. So for that, not in final year of graduation, you should do all the start doing these things from third year itself. You're going to finish your final year, and after 2 months you're going to give interviews and you started doing all these things. You should not do like okay. And there are a lot of awareness. You have good platforms, LinkedIn, which is a very good platform where you get and new courses are there which you should actually attend and learn from it. It's not should be like getting a certificate. It won't help you. Okay. Then expertise in data science, analytics, and digital tools. Nowadays it is there are many courses which are offered. So try it. I have seen many students who just log in the course and they just listen to it. So it should not happen. Just not for the sake of take you or recruit you. They are very smart. Okay, so they know what is to be asked for. Okay, so you should whatever you're doing, do it with your whole heart and with a positive mind that just do one course. Not necessarily you should have 10 certificates. Do 2 to 3, but those should be very honestly done. And then next is challenging challenges which we see in bridging the academia in industry. So this topic is very common if I want to discuss. So everything is interlinked. Okay. So next is curriculum gap. So in so the PCI has the syllabus. Okay, now we if the private institutions are there, so we have some choice a bit. Okay, but we have to follow the syllabus. Say that it should resolve the issues of industry which they have. So while designing the syllabus, there should be industry persons who should be there with the academicians to discuss the things which they want from the students who will be placed in their industries. So these things should be done. Now AI is every this I feel. And then skills such as project management, data analytics, regulatory knowledge may not be fully integrated with pharmacy education. So now these things are very less. But if you see the white collar, so the knowledge which you have in your graduation is very less. Okay, it's only for the book for exam. Okay, so you should be okay. Then limited industry academia collaboration. So so again, it is not like this as such. There are many industries which are collaborating with academia. Again, the thing is, which I mentioned in the very start, that you first of all find the gap which is there. Okay, so whatever the gap is there, we should be able to fill the gap. And if you fill the gap, that means you are giving some solution or innovation for the to the industry. Okay, and what they want. Okay, so they are looking for all these things only, all those problems. So for this, again, if you are not finding, so connect with the industries. Okay, so if you have training placement program in your colleges, so try to
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. Your screen is not means is only static one. Can you?
sorry, sir.
Yeah. Your screen is not moving. Means
Oh,
this
okay,
is
okay.
only one first slide only. So can you go for with the screens presentation view? Yeah. Yes.
Is it okay, sir,
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Yeah, so sorry. So yeah, so then next is telling that you should be able to find that, and so we should discuss with the industry experts that what they exactly require. And there are many programs like for UG students as well. We can collect the problems from industries in terms of formulation or in terms of in vitro studies, in vivo studies, right? So we can collect the issues or the problems which they are facing. Okay, so we can have at least 10 to 15 problems from them. Okay, and we can have this thing in our college for so it can be given as a project to the students. So like try to resolve it. Okay, it's not mandatory that expert will only know this. Okay, students can, nowadays students are very great. Okay, you all are doing very well. Okay, so you all can also help in resolving the problem which the industry is facing. So never think that we are nowhere, industries are industries. It's not like that at all. Okay, industries are looking, never hesitate to interact with anyone. Okay. Next is case study, successful collaboration model. So again, collaborative research initiatives, like there are government institutions which are promoting trainings for the students. Or summer boot camp or like that, so there you should go and attend the workshops or training schools they have, like, so you should apply first. Okay, it's not like it's DST ka, it's DBT ka, so will I be able to shortly cross the qualify the exam or something. So it's not show rocket science. Okay, just apply for it. Okay, there is nothing big. If you have those skills, then you will definitely get the place. And even if you don't have anything, try to sharp yourself. Okay, so you should apply for training programs where on the national institutes or IITs or ICT or NIPER bits you can think of. So can go and learn something, and it's never too easy that you are applying and you will coordinator or the guide or somewhere. You have I want to, and try, and whenever you are discussing things with any guide or any senior personality, first of all try to tell what you know. It should not be like I want to learn, I don't know anything. When if you say this, then it will be like, for them it will be a task to start from zero. And there are some trainings where students are coordinating, so they will definitely help you. But in big firms, there are some they something about that specific domain. Okay, so this then industry supported internships and fellowships. So there are many fellowships I used to share with my students. There are a lot of fellowships which are available on LinkedIn if you want, or you can follow any good page on LinkedIn like DST, DPT, DPTRA programs are there. So you can follow these pages. Okay, there you will get all the updates related to fellowships and training on internship programs. So you all can apply for that. Not necessarily you should get some good place. At least start. You will get some smaller. Basis of that you can apply for the next step, saying that you have done this training program. So never think that this is, start applying for it. Okay, then key areas of collaboration between academia and industry, as we discussed, that the curriculum should be reformed in such a way they want. So here again, partnering with pharmaceutical companies and to co-create courses that reflect industry demands again. So it is one should be there in our curriculum. Okay, or else the institute should reform or organize such some wage or will be a credit kind of a thing for the students, so that can be done. Integration of digital tools for biopharmaceutical innovations and data analytics related things can be included in the coursework. Then next is internship and clinical placements. Again, I will again tell you, start applying for internships. So only remain staying in the college and doing your 10 to 6 college, doing practicals and theory classes won't help. This is a part of your academics. Okay, just to get a degree. Okay, this is a part. But other than this, if you see, if you have only a degree with you and other than the educational table, you should be able to add at least one page things in your. That is what then? It is the internships, it is the research papers you have published, it is the projects that you have conducted. Okay, so these things should be done from by you. Okay, so just randomly see how the CVs of how a CV of a final year students looks like, or how a CV of an informed student look like, and how difference, right? So the difference is what? Difference is the efforts which you are putting in. Okay, so these things you should be able to catch up. Okay, nothing will come to you in platter. So you have any kind of guidance. Talk to your mentors, talk to your guides. Even if you want to talk to some other college ka mentor or guide, you can connect. Okay, then then next is. And I just want to mention here that after programs are there now, NEP will be implemented. So where the customized education will be offered to you. But here I just want to tell here ki try to gain knowledge. Okay, so there are industries which fund research, and there are integrated programs or sponsored education which say for example you are a UG student who got placed in some pharmaceutical industry and you are working well there. Educational qualification requirement, you are not achieving that criteria, right? So in that case you should be the industries may force you to do masters or PhD. So that is a sponsored education for which the industry will help you, or the industry will help you with the funds, the money which you overall you require for doing that research. Okay, and this is a very common thing with employees. So it's not like ki after doing UG, completing UG, you are not able to do masters. If you have that quality, if you are showing your qualities in the industry, they will definitely help you pursuing your higher education. Okay. Much needed in it's like the faculties which are there in the academic institutions are in terms of they are more into the curriculum. Okay, so first thing is nowadays this has been started into the faculties. Okay, so the IT companies are programs so as to see what is going there and how we should cultivate or improve our students' quality. Then students training, the student must do training during their UG physical training. It should not be like going to then normal medical shop and doing a 1 month training. It's not. It's any small industry where just for the sake of certificate which college requires. Okay, so you just random you will just go to that industry and I don't know how what you do there. Okay, so and once you come back and when we start asking questions, so you are blank. So that doesn't mean that you have done something there. So it should not be the case. Whatever you're doing, do some knowledge from it. Okay. Then offline internship programs are there now. Where you should be in internship programs. Nowadays, students are like, ma'am, I want the internship in my city only. I won't go Mumbai. I won't go Hyderabad. Why you don't want to go? Explore it. Okay, so wherever you are, it won't come to your place, as I mentioned. Okay, so you have to take efforts to do some good things. Okay, then wet lab hand-on experience. So again, these are the part of the training programs. So there are many good industries which give you training on hand, like hands-on. Okay, so where you will be able to do the research on your own, the experimentations you can perform actually. Okay, which will help you, which will guide you the update about the update knowledge or about the recent advancements in the attending the national and international conferences in person as whatever the innovations during that tenure. So that all things you should know, because just sitting in your college you won't be able to know that what is going in the world. Okay, then research projects should be done as per the need. As I mentioned, that whatever research you are doing should fulfill the gap of industry needs. Okay, then and regulatory compliance and whatever the product you have developed or innovations you have done or research you have conducted should comply and should comply with the regulatory compliance. That is the and just one thing I just want to mention here is the in case of students there is a lot of problems in case of finances. As I mentioned ki they should attend the international conferences. Okay, so I know the international conferences which are there have high fees. Okay, but at least one conference you can pay for. Okay, for so they have 3000 or 3500, so at least in a year you can spend that much of money for your academic thing. Okay, so you should not think like right. So if your parents are not giving, from your savings take out the money and go for that conference. Okay, this will actually help you. Okay, so with this I want to conclude my presentation. I hope you all have understood, and if you have any questions please ask the questions. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, it was a nice presentation, and actually we learned a lot more from this presentation,
So you're
especially.
not audible.
Yeah, just a minute, ma'am. Yeah, now can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, ma'am. First of all, happy Women's Day to you. Hello.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice presentation. I request Dr. Riker to please give a thanks.
Sure, sir. As we conclude Dr. Ashwani Patil's ma'am insightful session, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to her for taking take time out of her busy schedule to share her valuable insights with us. Her emphasis on aligning pharmacy education with industry needs, continuous learning, and a patient centric approach has provided us with a clear direction for the future. Dr. Patil's session reminds us that success in pharmacy requires not just academic knowledge but also practical skills, innovation, and adaptability. On this special occasion, we also celebrate International Women's Day, and we are honored to have Dr. Patil ma'am, a remarkable woman in the field of pharmacy, inspired us today. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time and inspiring presentation. Let us carry these lessons forward as we strive to bridge the gap between academia and industry. Your session has been a significant contribution to Pharma Anveshan 2025. So thank you, ma'am. Happy Women's Day and happy Women's Day to all.
Same to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Dear friends, due to some connectivity issue, Dr. Hemant will take some time. So before that, 15 minutes break. Okay, please don't go anywhere. We will soon start our YouTube session. Thank you. Dear all, due to some connectivity issue, Hemant sir can join after 10 to 15 minutes. So we will take a small break. Thank you. Come.
सर मी पेमेंट केली आहे बट तुम्ही एकदा चेक करा ना कारण हा सर लास्ट चेक तुमच्या अकाउंट नंबर
7294 हा.
मी ना अगोदर फोनपेवर काल पण केलं आणि परवा पण केलं पण ते झालंच
हम्म.
बरोबर आहे ना
हो.
थँक्यू सिमिलरपासून तुम्ही एकदा चेक करा
तसेच होणार नाही.
सर मग स्क्रीनशॉट पाठवून ठेवू का
हो चालेल. फक्त ते डिसअपिअरिंग मेसेज ऑफ करा
कुठलं सर
व्हॉट्सअपवर.
हां ओके ओके
Yeah, hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Very good morning.
Just a minute. We will soon go live. There is a stop. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. Very good morning to all, you, sir. Now I request
Yes.
Gauri madam to please introduce Hemant sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. My great pleasure to introduce Dr. Hemant Ram, a distinguished professional in the field of pharmaceutical science with over 15 years of extensive experience in pharmaceutical research and development. Dr. Tavle has made significant contribution to the industry, particularly in analytical research and formulation development. Dr. Tavle holds a PhD in pharmaceutical analysis and served a key role at renowned organizations such as Belma Pharmaceuticals, where he was a senior scientist in analytical research formulations. Currently, he is the director of RPH Pharmaceutical Consultancy and heads the Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis at Open Scientific Ravi Bhatta College of Pharmacy and Research Institute. His expertise spans research development, validation and technology transfer for various pharmaceutical formulations, including oral solid dosages and semi-solid dermatological products. Dr. Tavle also gained works in regulatory compliance and has appeared in numerous international workshops and certifications, including those by the FDA and USFDA. In addition to his professional achievements, Dr. Tavle is an accomplished academician, researcher, and author with several publications, patents, and book chapters in his CV. He has been honored with multiple awards, including the Global Excellence Award in Pharma R&D and the Best Teacher Award. Dr. Tavle's dedication to advancing pharmaceutical science and his academician, researcher, and author with several publications, papers, and book chapters to his name has been honored with multiple awards, including the Global.
Dr. Nikhil, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Hello,
Yeah.
sir. You screen is still showing, na?
Yes, yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Okay.
Yeah. Just put it in presentation mode, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. So can I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you to organizer for inviting me as a guest speaker for Pharma Anveshan 2025 on the occasion of National Pharmacy Education Day. This is Dr. Hemant Tavale. I had worked with many pharmaceutical industries. Already, the respected ma'am has introduced about myself. So, thank you, ma'am. I'm going to next slide. Uh, Today, we have taken the bridging academia industry gap to
Sir, sorry, your
self-reliance
slide
for.
is not moving.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Now, slide is moving.
Uh, yeah, it is on content slide, but still you are not in presentation mode.
Okay, sir. First slide is showing right now.
No, second slide, content slide, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
sorry,
first
first
slide.
slide, yes.
Okay. So our topic is bridging academia and industry gap to achieve self-reliance for pharmacy institution in India. Content introduction. In introduction overview, India is the pharmacy of the world. India has the second most FDA approved facilities outside the United States. So now in our nation, in our India country, the largest manufacturer in the pharmaceutical industry, our India, and 80% world population, we supplied 80% API and generic medicine to the 80% of world population. The India pharmaceutical industry is a world leader in producing generic medicines. All of the pharmacy institutions are inching closer to realizing the goal of establishing a pharmaceutical ecosystem in the country, creating opportunities for collaborations and new pharmaceutical and the novel term involved in the pharmacy education system currently medical device innovations. So that's why the industry and academia collaboration is must, and we should initiate the excellent opportunity for our student B Pharma final year after the 7th sem. At the initial time of the 8th semester, we can start the intensive program in the industry. It will give the more benefits to the students. From this third point of overview, then pharmacy institutions are the next breed of industry oriented and skill oriented institutions. Pharmacy institutions are the next breed of industry oriented and skill oriented institutions. In our institutions, the industry oriented syllabus is must. For that, one advisory body is required. We have to appoint the industry expert when our syllabus will be aligned, and we have to take the inputs from the industry persons. So, for making the better outcome syllabus. And skill oriented institutions, in our institutions, suppose in the laboratories, for example in analytical laboratories, in analytical formulation work or a work on API, so analytical handling, instrument handling skill we have to develop on the instrument HPLC, UPLC or highly sophisticated instruments. We'll talk further. Then creating professionals for the country who can work in the pharmaceutical sectors. The study investigate the academic and industry gap between the pharmaceutical industries and pharmacy institutions in India. How to make pharmacy institutions self-reliant means Atmanirbhar in the possible way forward. Our Honorable Modi ji has decided keep self-reliance. So, and our nation in worst situation of global, and India has faced, and global situation was very complicated in COVID time. So from 20 to 20, so India has shown the great, and India had played a key role in supplying the vaccines. For example, in Pune, from Serum Institute of India or Bharat International Biotech from Hyderabad, means really our India uh, is play a key role as a pharmacy of the world. Then the pharmacy institution can provide the country with the most professional pharmaceutical working professionals, cutting edge research ideas, innovation in the field of pharmaceuticals and medical devices. Then background of our topic, the background, the triple helix model of innovation says that institutions means our college, pharmacy colleges and governments means funding agency for financial support, for setting the labs, for purchasing the instruments, or means through the projects, collaborations, internal collaborations. It is national or internationals through the fellowships, and businesses must work together to improve the country's social and economic growth. Now, recently, the UGC, AICT has started, I think, 12th March coming, the last date for the PM internship program. So, such type of initiative has taken by Government of India, HRD, for higher education institutions, including pharmacy, engineering, these our technical courses. The pharmacy institutions will work closely with the industry to make a real and lasting difference in the growth of the country and the drug industry, pharma industry. as self-reliance becomes increasingly crucial for the country's growth and development. It is must. Now, recently, on a day of the National Startup Day on 16 January at BKC Mumbai, the government of Maharashtra, Honorable CM Devendraji, has announced the 200 crore for the startups, for student also, for incubators, for the means for all higher education institutions. This change in thinking is evident in developing countries like India, where there is a much focus on becoming self-sufficient in many areas, including pharmaceutical, especially in pharmaceuticals. We have to focus on becoming. Academic institutions are essential to the development of any nation because they produce the future workforce. Leaders means that time from faculty we expected from faculty or lecturer staffs the mentor to mentee. This role is very important from faculty to student interactions, and then look forward to academia and industry interactions. So we have to develop the skill in our students after 6 sem 7 and 8 sem is very important. The any students easily get the job on his or her own shoulder. India's academic institutions have struggled financially. This is the main requirement and main our obstacles or barriers we are facing. Every colleges, in rural area colleges or in metro cities colleges, every government, private institutions or private or deemed universities in our pharmacy sector still facing the bigger problem is financial support infrastructures for making the good infrastructures, which has hindered their development. Industry academia collaborations can address these issues by pairing academic institutions with industries on mutually beneficial initiatives. And main objectives of is to train and mentor the students in research projects when we'll assign the projects in 8th semester. For B Pharma or for M Pharma, transform them into the pharmaceutical professionals and train more people to work in the country's growing pharmaceutical sectors. So, in our BPharm final year internship program or in our college projects, in the laboratories, in the different department, their skill formulation, statistics department formulation development skills, quality by designs recently came. In analytical also, analytical quality by designs means from basic to in a conceptualize or in detail, we can see the gap between the academia and industry in pharmacy institution make it hard for India. At global level, this is also big challenge compared to Europe or in US or in Canada. The India still facing the problems and all institutions still working together with the industries or private laboratories, taking the facilities from the CRO, contract research organization, contract manufacturing organizations for making the skill or building the skill in the student, and they will provide internships and they will provide the job also to the students based on their skill. So, and on that basis, the self-sufficient or self-reliance make in pharmaceutical field for the it is beneficial for the student. It is essential to find out what is stopping them from working together and becoming more international. Even though pharmacy education institutions are known for their research and academic excellence, there is a big difference in how well they turn academic knowledge into practical. I think in NAC criteria also, in criteria 1 or 2, I'm not sure, but maybe the in mapping column, maybe practicals means the teaching skill. Teaching skill is also very important by various tools for making the better teaching. So this
This excellence we have to achieve in academics, in teachings. There is a big difference, means theoretically, conceptually teachings, in practical subject, in instrumental method of analysis, or in pharmaceuticals development, in pharmacy practice, in industrial practice, or in core pharmaceutics, or in biopharmaceutics, or in all pharmaceutical analysis, in medicinal chemistry, in pharma biotech or pharma microbiology. Means these subjects have key role play in pharma industry in the laboratories. So knowledge, academic knowledge into practical uses that meet industry needs. What I want to say. The main goal of this study is to figure what causes the gap, offer ways for people to work together to close it. This is the main goal of study, of research study in the project, is to figure out, means outline the research work, their content, in the research content, through the proper literature survey in SCI journals, refer the SCI journals, then again uh, refer the Indian Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, whether that method or procedure it is reported, it is stressed in the literatures, in the official books. We have to check before start the work, method development or product development or any technical process. So what what causes the gap and offers ways for people to work together to close this? So we have to identify the root cause also. Then research objectives. What is the need of research in the academic industry? The gap nowadays, the gap is wide, and there is a need to fill the gap. This is our main objectives. This is our main requirement. We have to work on this fact. We have to work on this, fill the gap with efforts by both academic institutions and pharma industry in our nation, in our country. So support from both sides should be required. Industry support is also required, industry expert required, industry scientist required to make support and resolve the issues and find out the solutions. The study looks at how research, the study looks at how research, teachings, projects, and intellectual property rights, patent, how to apply for patent, for US patent, for European patent or Indian patent, how to file, how to draft, help and requirement, patent patentability. The work should be novel, inventive steps, industrial application, novelty. So these are the parameters for the IPR. Help academic institutions, all these parameters in the research objectives. The study looks at how research, teaching, projects, IPR. Patent is the outcome of our research, whether the work is novel or inventive step, something done different. That helps the academic institution for accreditations, NAC or NBA, and student also will get the good skill. Industries work together to become a self-sufficient. In this study, the following objectives will be fulfilled. First is to identify the significant challenges and gaps in the industry and academia collaborations. This is the main requirement. Second, to identify the factors contributing to the gap between the academia and industry. We'll see one by one factors. What is in the pharmaceutical institutions, including institutional academic practices, curriculum design, and research focus. So curriculum design in the syllabus, in the training, laboratory trainings, and also in the placement and training department. Training placement related, the curriculum design, how to prepare the CV, how in the CV the technical skill parameter is very important, because industry is looking for their requirement, what student has done in the projects. They want their benefits, they looking forward their benefits. And research focus, the proposed actionable recommendations and strategies to enhance the academic and industry collaboration and enhance or foster the self-reliance in all pharmaceutical institutions in the country. Then significance of the study. This research study is of significant importance to various stakeholders involved in the pharma industry. First, material in the packing materials, that is store warehouse, raw material in the API, excipients, chemicals, reagents, okay, means in short drug and chemicals, excipients in the primary raw materials. Then analytical development lab in the R&D or in manufacturer site, quality control. Then quality assurance, again back to manufacture site productions. Here there is a formulation development lab, various dosage form, various analytical support for formulation development team in various dosage form, vertical. In that technology also, quality by designs. So this is various stakeholders. API supplier also, vendors, their qualifications, equipment qualifications, instrument qualifications installed by the outside supplier. So many. We don't have time much more, so I can't explain. We move forward. This study is significant for many reasons, but some important one are listed below. That is effective collaboration between the academia and industry facilitate the transmission of the knowledge, skill, and technology. This is our main focus. Means we have to fill the gap, the academia and industry. What is the benefits? We'll see in the next slide. Means we encourage, we elaborate, or we do explore our knowledge between the means faculty also will. This recently, I think, 100 professor will announce by the honorable PM. The UGC circular already said for means UGC will send 100 professor from our nation from this year in higher education institution, engineering and pharmacy. They will send to the industry for internship for 1 year through the college. So why? Because faculty also will get the benefits from that type of training or internship programs. And if our college collaborate with many industries and to fill the gaps. So collaboration between academia and industry facilitates the transmission of knowledge, skill, and technology, resulting in creation of the pharmaceutical product on cutting edge of the innovation. So cost reduction and quality improvement also. In our lab, we can start the incubation centers or startups. Our lab will be we can automation basis or good sophisticated lab or just like pilot plant team, pharmaceutics or analyticals. So that type of, if collaborations, the industry people will guide, that expert will guide how to set the labs, how to maintain the instrument, how to maintain the good documentation practices, good chromatographic practices, GCP, good clinical practices, good manufacturing practices. But this is at industry level. But in our colleges, in any form, in India, in any pharmacy institutions, we can start good laboratory practice. How to maintain the lab, how to maintain the logbook, how to only cleaning and good instrument. That is not how to work on instruments and how to maintain, how we can implement the SOP. And that SOP is a GCP, that is good chromatographic practices SOP, especially for HPLC, UPLC, or flash chromatography, or only chromatographic practices. We'll see, we'll conduct, if sir will decide, we'll conduct on specific chromatography also, we'll talk. So collaboration is always necessary, and this report can aid in this development by identifying the main obstacles and roadblocks. Identifying the obstacles, barriers, roadblocks, or means if problem rise, means that is good for us. We can resolve it, and by any applying the tools or techniques or problem solver. This study is also significant from an academic standpoint because pharmacy institutions offer a limited number of courses. Caliber of education meets the industry standards. This study also assists us in recognizing the need for more professional with current credential and industrial readiness. India is a major player in variety of pharmaceutical variants nowadays. Very strong our countries now in pharmaceutical domain. There is an ample opportunity that need to build a greater collaboration and project and base coordinations between the pharmacy institution and industries in the country. We are really proud to be a pharmacist or pharmacy professionals, academia or industry, to achieve a new heights in the areas where the country is still reliant on imports and finished goods. Because industry also need good student, good skill hand, good laboratories. Pharmaceutical industry and academia gap. This is the theme of our today's national seminar. The overview. India is now among the pharmaceutical leader. Everyone having known. Because of its commitment to innovation and research-based methods for making new drugs, vaccines, and drug discovery. Day to day, the new diseases coming, new infections, and mostly the chemotherapeutic class we are facing one by one, and direct and most of the infections initiated on lung side, upper respiratory tract infections we are facing, and new molecules day to day. The research rapidly going in various in cancer, oncology, or in virology. I mean, generic drug manufacturing, over the counter drugs, vaccines, CRO, that is contract research organization and contract research organization and contract manufacturing organizations. Combinedly, CRO and CMO. Biosimilars and biologics are the main stage of Indian pharmaceutical industry, especially the Bristol Myers Squibb, the largest player in biosimilar, Biocon. I had worked with Biocon. So Biocon also key our Indian MNC company working on biologics and biosimilars. India's pharmaceutical export reach over 200 countries worldwide, including the highly regulated markets of the United States, Western Europe, Japan, and Australia, especially in generics, which we export. India is the world largest supplier of the generic medications. Is renowned for its inexpensive vaccines and generic medicine. We are really proud to be an Indian. We, our India is the world largest supplier of the generic medicines, formulation also, and API supplier also, and vaccines also. 20% world population supplying vaccines, DPT or malarial vaccines or many. India has a large pool of scientists and engineers capable of propelling the industry to greater heights. Our Indian scientists or engineers in pharmaceutical engineer also. In pharmaceutical engineering, I think in second year, B Pharma, pharmaceutical engineering, Subramaniam sir books that mentions the pharmaceutical engineering. Fluidized bed dryer, the sifters or blenders, means complete entire pharmaceutics engineering part. So the skills we have to develop in the students or in the employee. The understanding the academic and industry gap, the gap between the academic and industry inhibits the pharmacy institutions. This is our big lacuna from developing a professional workforce with extensive industrial exposure and know-how. A significant gap exists between the academia and industry in pharmacy institutions, limiting their ability to successfully contribute to the nation's self-reliance in the pharmaceutical sector. It is critical to grasp the significant gap between the two, and understanding the nature and underlying reasons for this gap is critical for developing effective measures to bridge it. Factors contributing to the gap. First is lack of industry and academia collaboration.
Hello, sir.
Relations with industry is also important to create a new big network for resolving the issues. The lack of industry academic collaboration, one of the main reasons for the academic industry gap in pharmacy institution is that the education and industry should work together. We have to work together. The traditional education system tends to put more emphasis on theoretical information and less on practical skills and how they can be used in the real world. This divide makes it harder for the students and experts to learn valuable skills in the business world. Also, the lack of joint research project. We are missing. We are missing. They, we have the main deficiency is the lack of joint research project. Means we have less collaborative projects with the industry and our lab college labs. Jobs Jobs collaboration is also most important. Placement connect is very important. Industry sponsor project also very important. In that internships, curriculum development makes it harder for academics to learn about the and understand how industry works. This industry academia collaboration lack. These are the key points which where we mention. Next, study curriculum. After the lack of industry academia collaboration, second is a study curriculum. Is department of the pharmacy institutions. Department of pharmacy institutions means what? In our college, suppose pharmaceutics department, pharmaceutical analysis or medicinal chemistry department, pharmacology, pharmacognosy and phytochemistry department, quality assurance department, or regulatory affairs, or quality assurance, or pharmacovigilance, or medical devices, or artificial intelligence and ML. So these need to be initiate a committee called as a departmental academic advisory committee. This we have to initiate, need to be initiate a committee. Without this committee, we'll never look forward to make a collaboration with any company. Departmental academic advisory committee to recommend updates to the syllabus. We have to take inputs from the committee. The committee includes members of industry as well. For example, however, a study by, for example, one reference I have given, the Therapel Corser and Butarser 2014, I got information to reference, identifies a significant difference between the syllabus being taught and the industry requirement. So, in this example, the pharmaceutics formulation development, immediate release, modified release means NDDS. NDDS related, that information is given in this reference for making the syllabus as per industry requirement. There must be a mix of industry driven topics, new technology, just like recent technology in analytical ultra performance liquid chromatography, or detection of elemental impurities as per ICH Q3D guidelines means ICP-MS is required. Inductively coupled plasma mass spectrophotometry. I'm just giving example for new technology. Detection of elemental impurities, because impurity elements came from the synthesis as a catalyst or from container closure systems. Stainless steels means iron will get identified, means many will explain further. And cross disciplinary classes to help the student, that is very important. Cross disciplinary classes, these cross disciplinary concept is very important nowadays. Means all the institutions, higher education institutions, still implementing the cross disciplinary classes to help student get ready for the workplace. Then limited industrial exposure, this is also the factors contributing to the gap. A big part of the academic industry gap is that students need to get more experience in the real world, in the pharmaceutical environment, industry environment. So for this point, the student have to join a internship program, or after B.Pharm in summer vacation also join the industry for internship or training. The pharmacy institutions should build a strong ties with pharmaceutical industries so that student and faculty can work on the project that are useful to the industry. Means in take and give concept. Industry also needs benefits from the academia. Means sometimes industry scientists also never can face the problem or identify the solution, because academia persons compared to industry updated, but academia is a universal researcher. My opinion is that compared to industry R&D person universally, because in industry the one project has given and multiple colleagues working on the same project also, some doing analytical part, some formulations part, some other. But in the M-Pharma projects or in PhD work, the individuals from taking the butter paper and starting the weighing, and at the end of the means taking the great efforts, and because and he has taken hard works, and means he know, industry person also know, but sometimes the industry needs academic inputs to resolve the industry issue also in the methods or in practical or in the research. That is also, that's why the student and faculty can work on the projects and that are also useful to the industry. So recently Union Minister Honorable Naddaji has announced all the pharmacy institution student will compulsorily do a 1 year internship with the pharma industries. There will be a formal announcement for that as well. Such move can, their details is mentioned on the UGC or AICT, maybe most probably on UGC or PCI websites. Such a move can significantly help and boost the confidence of the students and faculty at all the pharmacy institutions in the India. This will help students understand the industry and they can talk to industry workers or learn from their real life experiences. Then entrepreneurial culture within the institution. That is also very important. I think it is covered under IIC, Industry Institution Council. The pharmacy institution should promote innovation by helping students develop an entrepreneurial mindset and promote the startup incubation in their institutions. Through this encouragement, students and professors can turn their study result into the products or services that can be sold. Suppose, for example, in B.Pharm in final year last same project work, suppose the work should be innovative and apply for the patent, or it gives a direction. Any industries, if you at the end of the project, if you get outcome as a industry way, so you should talk with industry person, R&D head or any project team. So if they are every industry looking for benefits, so you can start the student can start an entrepreneurship program and collaboration work with the industry also, and otherwise they can start their technical services work also as entrepreneurs. To help pharmacy institutions create an entrepreneurial ecosystem, they should offer a program to help students learn how to become entrepreneurs and receive mentorship and financial support from the government. The currently various pharmacy institutions are running the incubation system. For example, in the name of BioNest, some institution has started encouraging the student to develop new ideas and create new startups. Then industry driven research focus. In India, business leaders often hesitate to talk to university scientists who have worked in the business world for a few years, because there is not a strong link between the universities and industry. Most faculty members have limited industrial experience or exposure. Why? There is no strong link between the universities and industry because most faculty members have limited industrial exposure Practicing engineers have few opportunities to update their technology skills through continuing educations in universities and institutions. State of the art in the industry prevents the flow between the organized research in the institutions and the development of industrial R&D. Benefits of the industry academia collaborations. Industry academia collaborations are always helpful because they open a many avenues for new developments and help institutions and their faculties generate new research perspectives, ideas as brainstorming. This is the benefits of industry and academia collaborations. If suppose need of API, excipients, so industry easily provide the API and excipients because every college, institutions or faculty, they allocate the topic. They allocate the topic. Also, the faculty review the synopsis also, but main is the requirement everywhere in government institutions, in private institutions, because in our pharmaceutical R&D work, we required first is the API and excipients for formulation. So easily industry will easily provide the API or excipients. So this is also very helpful. Industry and academia collaborations, and the faculty generate a new research perspectives ideas. Means which recent technology came in the industry or in industry they developing or applying the new technology for making the better formulations and development products. It gives new opportunity to people working in the ecosystem, students studying in pharmacy institutions. Both parties benefit from the joint events and collaboration. That is industry academia collaboration efforts. These industry academia collaboration efforts offers numerous benefits, including first is including financial support, because if we are applying project, we applying for project through DPT, Department of Biotech or ICMR or ASCT, it takes times, and there is not 100% guarantee that our project will be sanctioned. Means, and it takes time also. But India's academic institutions frequently encounter the financial obstacles because of limited government funding. But better way is we have to take the support, financial support from the industry. Many industries working as a consultancy, they provide the financial support to the institutions for establishing the lab. By partnering with industries, academic institution can receive the funding for the R&D projects. That I am telling. Infrastructure development and other mutually beneficial endeavors. These are very important benefits for our institutions, knowledge. Once our collaboration will done with industries, easily our academic institutions can receive the funding for establishing the R&D labs. Means ultimately our infrastructure develop and other mutual beneficial endeavors also. This is not limited to funding only. A collaboration goes a long way in creating a better future and drives innovative changes in the field. That is our skill development. Second is the research capabilities. The collaboration with industry can enhance the research capabilities of academic institutions by providing the access to cutting edge of innovations. So research capabilities is also very important. And in the research, basic theme of the research, first is the solubility. In formulation or in analytical, solubility part is very important. So we have to refer for solubility, Indian pharmacopoeia, solubility chart. Physiochemical properties of a drug is very important. Biopharmaceutical classification system is very important for dissolution criteria. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. the drug classifications. Our drug is soluble in which class? Whether it is hydrophilic, lipophilic, lipophobic, hydrophobic. Okay. So second, the Department of Pharmaceuticals, the Ministry of Health, central government, and pharmacy institutions, the research outcomes and the futures. The introductions to the Department of Pharmaceuticals in India, the Government of India, Department of Pharmaceuticals under the Ministry of Health and Welfare, Drug Control General of India, Control Drug Standard Organization, CDSCO, Central Drug Control Standard Organization, regulatory bodies, role and functions of the Department of Pharmaceuticals, providing the funding to the for lab, establishing the lab to the institutions, collaborative universities between the pharma industries and Indian pharmacy institutions. IPI means the Indian pharmacy institutions. Methodology is important in the research, that is research design, data collection method, sample size, data collection tool and procedure, data collection procedure, primary data and survey, result and analysis from student survey. That is also very important. Suppose last year pass out batch performed in their project work, their survey is important. The result and analysis, that is also very important for improvement, for the improvement of the next level, for getting the new heights. This is our agenda of making the improvement. Demographics and student perception, then academic and research facility at pharmacy institutions, industry and academia institution interactions, IPR and NIPER institutions also, in, intellectual property rights and NIPER institutions, BITS Pilani or our college or any other college, the entrepreneurships, placements, results and analysis of alumni feedback also is very important, and conduct the alumni meeting for and call the one alumni expert alumni from the industry from your college for taking the mock interview for our placement training placement department for students, mock interview for students that will be conducted by training placement department, that alumni will help to college as industry experts. He will provide the trainings, academia and research facility at a pharmacy institution, industry academia interactions, IPR and pharmacy institutions, entrepreneurship, placement and discussions. And from faculty, especially for the faculty, the demographic and research collaborations, IPR, patent and technology transfers, and entrepreneurships. So, my request to all respected faculty, kindly initiate and develop your increase the level of your publications in Scopus or in SCI and better journals. This is our research outcome. Collaborations with industries, then it will easily happen. It will make easy to fulfill your goal. Patent, technology transfer, entrepreneurships, policy implication and recommendation. This is also very important. We have to make the policy. We have to make our executive summary plan. Industry academia interactions, IPR and technology transfer, entrepreneurship and startup, placement support, observation and qualitative section. And the last is our conclusion. Okay, the results of our research, study and collaborations and industry academia gap, their results. Okay, so it will be more beneficial to our students for getting the jobs, and improvement in the laboratory skills, handling the instruments, technology, regulatory affairs knowledge, quality assurance knowledge, patent knowledge, all industry requirement. Students can fulfill their knowledge. The results of this research study illustrate the notable progress achieved in addressing the gap between the academic industry through pharmacy institutions in India. The institutions have created an atmosphere that promotes self-sufficiency, self-reliance, that is Atmanirbhar in the pharmaceutical sector by fostering academic industry relationship, emphasizing the research quality, prioritizing IPR, and supporting entrepreneurship growth. That academia and industry collaborations and gap. The analysis demonstrate that the collective endeavors have resulted in the dissemination of knowledge, technology transfer, generation of inventive resolution to practical outcomes, means that is patent outcome, and prioritization of the research and innovation has yielded noteworthy advancement in the scientific knowledge and creation of novel pharmaceuticals as a drug molecules and therapeutic approaches. The emphasis placed on protecting IPR has played a crucial role in enabling the transfer of technology and the commercialization of research findings. Simultaneously, a robust entrepreneurship ecosystem has fostered a conductive environment and mindset for entrepreneurial activities. So, these our thank you. Last word I am telling. Uh, this is bridging academia industry gap to achieve self-reliance for pharmacy institution in India. This is our main agenda, and every I requested to every college or every students or professors or faculty. So kindly motivate to your students, okay, and will support to our college and will create a new network or whatever the context will definitely provide and will work together. So thank you,
Thank you, sir, for
Dr.
your
Kunj
nice session.
Solanki sir,
Yeah,
your team.
yeah. I request Zavra madam to please conclude this session.
As we conclude Dr. Hemant Chowla's insightful session, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to him for sharing his valuable perspectives with us. Dr. Chowla emphasizing the importance of skill-oriented institutions and the critical role of mentorship in fostering innovations and entrepreneurship. He highlighted the need for a strong mentor-to-mentee relationship to guide students in their startup journey both from an institutional and student perspective. Additionally, he shed light on the financial struggles faced by the Indian institutions and the need for sustainable solutions to support quality education and research. Dr. Tawle's session has provided a deeper understanding of the challenges and opportunities in pharmacy education and the industry. His insights remind us of the importance of collaboration, mentorship, and skill development in shaping the future of pharmacy profession. Thank you, Dr. Tawle, for your time and thought-provoking presentation. Let us carry this lesson forward as we work towards creating a more resilient and innovative pharmacy education system. Your session has been a significant contribution to Pharma Anveshan 2025. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I like to give a vote of thanks on behalf of Honorable Sri Bhavendra Pachute Gather Trust, Group of Institutions, Faculty of Pharmacy, Kasti, and the entire organizing committee of Pharma Anveshan 2025. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for making this national level online seminar a grand success. Today, as we celebrate Pharma Anveshan 2025, we also honor the memory and legacy of our late Professor M.L. Shaw, the father of pharmacy education in India, on his birth anniversary. His contribution to the field of pharmacy have left an indelible mark, and we are privileged to commemorate his vision and dedication through this event. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest appreciation to our distinguished speakers, Dr. Tawle sir, Dr. Ashwani Patil ma'am, Dr. Shivani Desai ma'am, for sharing their invaluable insights and expertise on the theme bridging academia and industry, aligning pharmacy education with evolving industry needs. Your through your thought-provoking presentation has undoubtedly enriched our understanding and inspired us to strive for excellence in pharmacy education and practice. A special thank to our faculty members, technical teams, and support staff for their efforts in the organizing this event seamlessly. Your dedication and hard work behind the scenes have been instrumental in ensuring the smooth execution of this seminar. Last, I would thank all the participants, okay, who actively engage and they are very much enthusiasm throughout the event. Your participation and throughout questions have made this seminar truly interactive and meaningful. Due to we have large number of audience, we cannot do these sessions on Google Meet or Zoom meeting, okay, but nearly more than 1200 participants joined on our YouTube to watch this event. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge an unwavering support of our trust, the Honorable Sri Baban Rao Pajpute, which is our trust, for their vision and commitment to promoting excellence in pharmacy education. Thank you once again for being a part of Pharma Anveshan 2025. We look forward for your continued support and participation in our future endeavors. Thank you all. Jai Hind. Yes, sir. We are ending our session here. Okay, thanks
Okay, sir.
again to
Thank you,
give
sir.
us a valuable time.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you.
please be in touch. We will
Sure.
soon, what you can say, uh, invite you for some guest lecture.
Sure,
Okay.
sir. Sure.
Yeah.
Sir, sorry for delay. I
No,
late.
no,
I
no,
came
no.
late.
Not actually. We are also running some schedules. Okay, that's why I am pushing you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.